guys. So we have some pretty interesting numerology going on today. I view this as a pretty special day that we have in our 2022 year, in our 222 month as well. We are on day 22, you guys. We have 5 2s coming across in the numerology. 5 being the number of change, 2 representing a whole bunch of things, but in the energy that we have right now, a lot of this is having to do with divine unions, soulmates, like really special connections coming into focus right now. So let's jump into the report, you guys. Let's talk about the astrology that we have going on today alongside of this really special numerology in the sky, and see what this day may have in store for us. So welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. And the irony that today is a Tuesday, you guys, for our legit, it is like a super Tuesday that we have going on today with all of these 2s coming across and it being Tuesday as well. I find that to be like a really funny cosmic joke. Really good job placing this on a Tuesday, universe. Let's jump into the energetics. First, let's talk just for a minute about these 222s, these 5 sets of 2s though. First of all, let's think. Number 5, as I said, 5s tend to represent some type of dynamic change. When we're dealing with a dynamic change juxtaposed to all of these 2s, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, pairings of 2s, this is definitely talking about, well, first of all, 2s relate to and are, symbolic for any type of union, any type of pairing, any type of coupling, any type of polarity, any type of duplicity. 2s also can have a tendency of representing emotions, and also from an astrological point of view, 2 is also the number associated with the sign of Taurus, the second house, and it's also about how we build, how we create from the resources that we hold inside of us to experience some type of comfort and stability. And so wrapped up in these 222s, this 22222, these 5-2 energy that we have going on today, I feel like, especially considering the fact, you guys, that we have Venus and Mars, the divine cosmic lovers, the cosmic couple in a conjunction traveling together in the sky right now, we are already just, because we have that going on, in some very fated relationship energy, and also because we have the North Node in Taurus ruled by Venus, who is in that conjunction to Mars. Very fated soul connection, soulmate energy, relationship energy going on right now. And of course, this is also, another layer of this is also that we are in the year of 2022 right now, which breaks down to a number 6, a number of love. But 222, angel number 222, this is all about this emotional fulfillment that comes from these divine unions, these much higher octave operating relationships and companionships and connections, really soul, emotional, fulfilling connections that we share with others, or that we share with ourselves, or that we share with the divine. So when we have this whole year, this whole 2022 year, I really do feel like is about, in a lot of ways, realigning us and helping us to attract and bring in a lot of new connections, new relationships, or even old relationships that we may have overlooked or not really truly seen the value in. What our soul needs to feel authentically fulfilled, these are the connections that we are attracting this year as we go throughout 2022. And this month of February may have sort of been showing us this to some extent, as this 222 is also being activated by this month. 2021, this astrological lunar year, this is a year of opportunities regained. In 2022, as we are heading towards our new moon in Aries, which will mark the beginning of our astrological new year of 2022, I really feel like it's about these new opportunities regained, bringing us back to life and helping us to really bring in these new connections that are really making us feel alive and really filling us up in a way that we maybe have never experienced before. Really filling our cup truly with all of these 2s in effect for this entire year. And now on this day as well, February 22nd, 2022, which just happens to fall on a Tuesday, just happens to fall when we have Mars and Venus in a conjunction in Capricorn, actually 22 degrees of Capricorn, funny enough. definitely, I feel like we are moving into some energy where these connections are going to be coming in. And today may be a very interesting day in regards to relationships as well, and feelings, and also letting things go. Because that's the other side of this story, you guys. Like, yes, we are in this energy, we are in this time of these new connections coming in, but they can't come in if we are still bound to, connected to, tied to, chained to, energetic cordage with things that are out of alignment with us, or if we are still not in a place where we are being able to recognize and acknowledge that own authentic desire that we have within us. And so we don't even know what to attract or what to magnetize or what to manifest or what to go after. Those are really the only things that, we need to rectify in order to begin to attract and manifest these beautiful connections that are trying to come to us in this energy throughout this year. So there's a flip side to it. Like, this energy to me is very representative of these beautiful connections that are trying to make their way to us. But as a result of that, if we are not in that place where we're truly aligned with our authentic self, our authentic value, our authentic desires and our passions, and at a place where we're really starting to stand in sort of our power and our self-mastery and believe that we truly are value enough to deserve the things that we truly desire, and flipping our energy and our vibration, and keeping our mind and our thoughts in control in a way that is not working against us, then, we are definitely going to begin attracting and bringing in these relationships, these connections, these friendships, these pairings, these very fulfilling situations that we may have going on. But if we're not at that place yet, if we still have healing to do, if we're still caught up, if we're still bound, if we're still tied, if we're still out of alignment, if we're still unclear in terms of who we really truly are at this point in time, things could simultaneously get a little bit difficult in this energy. And, it's sort of like the wisdom in any of the synchronicities, or, any spiritual guidance. A lot of times, we'll be seeing these synchronicities and we'll be following the path, and we'll be following our intuition, we'll be following the guidance, and it will seem like things are, honestly getting worse in some capacity. But that is just a lot of times because we have set ourselves up in a place where we're so far removed from what universe really wants to bring us, and the expansion that we need to go through in order to get there, that we have to go through these more difficult experiences in order to bring our miracles and our wishes and our desires and the things that we are aligning ourselves with, our manifestations, into reality. So beautiful, beautiful energy with a very, very positive and powerful purpose. But we have to keep in mind that sometimes our growth requires some challenge and some difficulty in order to purify ourselves in alignment with that authentic truth that can really liberate us to go through this energetic shift, so that we can truly begin to bring in these new connections. So I guess what I'm saying is, in this energy, on one hand, there could be some really beautiful things happening. But if you feel like you are following your guidance, and you're following, you're seeing signs and you're seeing synchronicities, and you're trying to make the decisions in alignment with the guidance that you're receiving, and for some reason it doesn't seem like things are really moving in the right direction or getting better, this is a test. This is sort of just like how the spiritual path unfolds sometimes, and we have to be able to maintain the faith and keep going, and realize that any setbacks or difficulties or challenges that we may be encountering as a result of this are likely because we need to grow and expand in some type of way, so that we can cut the cords, or so that we can really refine the value that we hold inside of us, or our image of ourselves, or how we're talking to ourselves, or how we're thinking, or the contents of our subconscious mind, or just some wisdom that we need to gain through going through some certain type of experience. And that it doesn't mean that your connection is not coming in, or your soulmate isn't there, or, there's just nothing positive for you in this experience, or anything like that. It just means that we have to really work even harder to keep the faith, keep control of our mind, keep control of our vibration, hold the image of the outcome that we want, and know that it's coming to us despite any challenges that we might be facing at this point in time. And any challenges that we might be facing at this point in time, we need to realize are for our own growth and our own expansion, and they're happening for us and not to us going forward. And trust me, I'm telling you guys this from, my own personal experience and having seen a lot of other people go through the same type of path, the same type of trajectory. We just really need to keep in mind that what is necessary for our growth and our expansion is not always necessarily a pleasurable, fun experience. However, it will lead to that ultimate in fulfillment and the ability for us to truly pursue those passions and desires and find the connections internally from above and externally in our physical lives that we really need. So, as we're going through these experiences, as we are in this energy, we really just need to keep in mind that growth, expansion, and rebirth is not always, a fun, easy process. And what is happening in our 3D physical experience is not always a reflection of what is truly happening from that higher cosmic 5D level. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is brilliant sunshine after a storm. It's all, coming, but this is just part of the unfolding process right now. So there could definitely be, let's talk about the astrology for today, now that I've spent a bunch of time sort of talking about the law of attraction and these 222 numbers and the changes, the dynamic changes in relationships that might be coming. And this is not new to us, you guys. We've been talking about this for a while now. Uranus and Taurus, Venus and Mars together, this entire year has been bringing major changes in relationships as we go through this authentic realignment. And, today is no different, but there is a very special quality of this day, harmonic, very, very harmonics. This is reminding me of these two frequencies just sort of vibrating in a very harmonic way that is resonating to help us attract these true soul connections and commitments. However, there's things that gotta go in order for that to come in. So that 2 energy could also be shaking those things up as well. And you guys, let's talk about the astrology now. We have the Moon in Scorpio today. The Moon in Scorpio is making a whole bunch of aspects. When we have a Scorpio Moon going on, this is like the depths of our feelings. We also have the South Node in Scorpio right now. And this is actually, part of our lesson plan right now is releasing a lot of the deep toxic feelings and psychological complexes that have been keeping us back from aligning with the truth of our value and our authenticity and really launching off on this new direction. So, yesterday as well, and today for sure, and tomorrow for sure, while the moon is in Scorpio, making a bunch of aspects today, which I'll talk about in a minute, but also moving to conjunct the South Node tomorrow, there is a lot of deep, probably painful perhaps, or toxic emotions coming up right now for us to really get an experience of, but it's also for the purpose of us understanding and being able to release and let go. And I feel like this is sort of playing into this relationship dynamic shift energy that's being indicated through the numerology today as well. But we have that Scorpio moon today. We'll be forming an exact square to Saturn. This could definitely be bringing up some hardcore conflict, emotional tension, sort of inner angst or frustration building. Could be issues with authority going on really strong today, anger issues perhaps, just feeling restricted or limited or held back or over managed, or just you can't get space to breathe or feel your emotions or something like that. This is definitely could be a more heavier conflicting energy today with that moon in Scorpio in the square to Saturn in Aquarius. Could also feel like something is holding us back from moving towards our goals, from moving in that new direction, from really being able to emotionally align with the things that we want to work on that are going to be taking us forward and the new foundations that we're laying. There could definitely just be some, and it could be pertaining to feelings of the past, past emotional issues coming up today that are for some reason blocking, hindering, restricting us from being able to move forward towards any type of foundation that we're laying or new goals that we're working towards to really change our lives at this point in time. that moon in Scorpio to start our day. Actually, this happened, I think, like overnight last night or early hours this morning, forming an opposition to Uranus as well. So there could also be some really surprising things going on that are causing some emotional upset in the energy of today as well. This could definitely be pertaining to relationships. The moon in Scorpio, ruled by Mars in the conjunction to Venus, opposing Uranus, the planet that rules shocks and surprises, expect the unexpected, in the sign of Taurus, ruled by Venus. Both of these planets in Venus and Mars' sign for their opposition, Venus and Mars being together in Capricorn right now. Definitely this Uranus moon opposition that we're dealing with today, the energy, it's sort of waning out throughout the course of the day. It's much stronger in the beginning of the day. This could definitely, though, be bringing some material, financial, relationship, partnership, business, like just upsets, shocks, surprises, epiphanies, maybe like something sort of hitting us out of the blue and really changing something about the way we want to navigate or deal. But definitely, I feel like relationships, especially on this 5 Tuesday, talking about big time dynamic shifts and changes in relationships with Venus and Mars together, with the moon and Uranus, Venus Mars sign forming an opposition. Definitely, there could be some things falling away today. Uranus is the great rectifier. Uranus rights things. We are heading into the age of Aquarius, where Uranus rules, the Uranian vibes. Uranus is a ruler of Aquarius. We are also in our new moon in Aquarius lunar cycle right now, also ruled by Aquarius. Uranus is a very, very powerful player right now, trying to rectify, right, and fix our frequencies so that we can make this energetic shift into the age of Aquarius. When a planet is aspecting Uranus right now, you know, especially the moon, because the moon is really like a trigger planet, this is definitely causing upsets or things to happen suddenly, spontaneously, that are moving us in that direction. This could also be really causing us to take some spontaneous action today towards things that we're passionate about or that we're desiring like really hard, with Venus and Mars together and the moon in Scorpio, Uranus in Taurus. Definitely, perhaps we could just be like breaking out of our mold today and really just like spontaneously suddenly going after something that we're like really about or that we're really desiring, in this with this aspect going on as well. Now, we also, having the moon in Scorpio, have it forming a trine with the planets that we have in Pisces right now, water sign trine. This is more feeling-based energy, feelings. Jupiter, first of all, the moon will trine Jupiter in Scorpio. This is expanded energy of the emotions. This is very big, overblown emotional energy perhaps, but it's Jupiter. So it's like things are aligned, like whatever we're feeling is probably actually aligned with truth and a higher perspective, a higher understanding, and like has like a spiritual resonance to it as well, with Jupiter being in the sign of Pisces. And then the moon, as we go throughout the course of the day, will also move to form a trine to Neptune. This could be us really sort of idealizing actually like a positive outcome in some type of a way. We want to be careful not to get caught into any type of illusion or delusion with this energy today. But honestly, with Jupiter moving close to Neptune now, Jupiter is officially within a 10-degree orb of Neptune. And that's another thing that we're going to have to start talking about soon, because we have Jupiter moving into a conjunction with Neptune and Pisces, you guys. Jupiter is the original ruler of Neptune, of Pisces. Neptune is the new ruler of, or the modern ruler of Pisces. We're going to have both rulers of Pisces in a conjunction in the sign of Pisces. This is going to be like massive truth and clarity of any illusion or delusion that we've been operating under for probably a very long period of time. This is a really big powerhouse aspect, but we may actually be getting some truth, some clarity, seeing through some delusion or some illusions that may have been going on in this energy with the moon and trine as well. And it could be uplifting us actually on an emotional level, but it could also just be giving us some sort of like spiritual support as well, as we're navigating some turbulent emotions today, because this trine is actually really beautiful in the water signs with the moon in Scorpio. This is also very, very psychic energy. Intuition is super, super, super strong today, you guys. Intuitive hunches, like any, again, like these synchronicities, like today is a day of like hardcore synchronicities going on, like numerology, animal sightings, songs, like whatever you're overhearing or overseeing or interpreting in a symbolic way that has a significance to you today. I mean, with this harmonic date that we have going on, all of these twos, I really feel like this is the hand of God is very present in the reality experience today, especially also with that Moon and Scorpio forming the trine to Neptune and Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. This is a very, very expansive spiritual energy that we have going on today. And let me talk about the Sabian symbols now for a second while I'm on that note. Yeah, you guys, definitely the wisdom and the advice, the guidance for today would be, if we are really navigating any type of this conflict or frustration, we really need to release it and fall back on the faith that maybe things aren't happening in our exact time frame, but that doesn't mean that that they're not happening. And we really need to be a little less cemented in what we are seeing in our 3D and try to, really align with and connect more with what is happening on the 5D, what we are creating, what we are manifesting, and not get so attached to any obstructions or limitations or frustrations that we may be like experiencing, like in just like trying to get to our path today. But let's talk about the Sabian symbols for a second. The Sabian symbols are a group of symbols that describe each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. And I always like to look at them because they just give us more clarity and interpretation on any given day of the energy that is going on whenever a planet is at a specific degree. So today I am looking at the sun at 5 degrees of Pisces. That Sabian symbol is a church bazaar. And then I'm looking at the earth at 5 degrees of Virgo, always in a direct and polar opposition to the sun. That Sabian symbol is a person becoming aware of nature spirits and normally unseen spiritual energies. And that being the position of the earth today, the state of things on the ground, what's happening for us, in our physical reality, while we have this Moon in Scorpio, this very, very psychic energy, making a trine to a very expanded spiritual energy in the sign of Pisces, ruling like the higher dimensions and the spiritual planes of reality and stuff like that. Definitely the guidance today is to fall back into our faith and to really try to, align ourselves with the more unseen faculties of this reality, of this experience, and not so much what we may be actually tangibly, physically witnessing and encountering right now, because nothing is really permanent in this energy. And there is a lot of shift and a lot of transition going on. And, what we see in this moment may not actually be the truth of what is really happening. And that is something that I feel like has been a major lesson for us throughout the course of 2021. Just because something looks real and it feels real and it appears to be real in the moment doesn't mean that it necessarily is. And that is a message that is coming through today to help us navigate these energies. We also have Mercury today at 9 degrees of Aquarius. A flag is seen turning into an eagle. Again, this is about transcendence, and this is about freeing our mind and saying that our ability to transcend our experiences, our 3D experiences, and to free our mind and to really be able to soar and to come into, keep our perspective in such a way that we are looking down and we're seeing the overall whole, we're seeing the overall perspective, we're seeing the bird's eye view, and not getting caught up on necessarily the 3D experience and what is happening tangibly, physically, but again, aligning to that higher potential that the power of the unseen has, which is very prominent in the energy that we have today. We also have some energy going on the Sabian symbols that is talking about surrender as well, and things sort of tempering down a little bit, being a little quenched out. And we have Mars today at 20, and Venus will be joining him shortly, 22 degrees of Capricorn, a general accepting defeat gracefully. This is talking about that surrender. We have Jupiter at 13 degrees of Pisces. A sword used in many battles is now in a museum. This is talking about surrender again, sort of like laying down the weapons. And then we also have Saturn at 19 degrees of Aquarius, a forest fire quenched. Again, this is talking about, putting something out, putting out the fire, putting out the flame, like stopping the conflict. And I feel like this is sort of referring to us kind of collectively realizing in this energy as we are going through this 5-2s Tuesday that we are sort of like coming to a point energetically where we're ready to surrender to that higher path, to that next step, ready to lay down the weapons on the things that we've been fighting for, fighting against, and realize that the power is really within us and the way that we're using our mind. We need to be that flag that is seen turning into an eagle. And, you know, maybe this is saying that there's nothing that we need to fight against anymore. And if we've been fighting against something, maybe it's really just ourselves that we've been fighting against. And now is the point in time where we are coming to a place where we have to surrender, especially with the moon and square to Saturn today as well, surrender that need or desire to control the outcome to that faith, to that inner knowing, to that spiritual power, to that manifestation, to that 5D plan that is unfolding, and just surrender to that vibration instead of whatever we might be fighting against in this energy right now. Just because there's so much in the Sabian say talking about the need to surrender something that we have been fighting. And, you know, I have a feeling whatever it is that we've been fighting for that needs to be surrendered right now is probably not truly in that authentic alignment with us. And that is why it is something that we have to keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, a battle that we can never win. And maybe we just need to accept that defeat gracefully and let it go and start walking down that new path with our self-respect intact, or a new recognition of that value that we hold inside and what we will and we won't accept anymore and what we will and we won't subject ourselves to anymore. We also have Neptune today at 23 degrees of Pisces at a materializing medium giving a seance. So again, this is really and the moon in Scorpio is in that trine to Neptune today. So this is really, I feel like, talking about this really profound ability for us to receive that spiritual guidance, to follow those signs, to experience those synchronicities, those magical moments. We are in miracle making energy as well. But like I said in the beginning in my like monologue of 222s and the law of attraction, we can't bring in what universe is trying to give us. We can't bring in that reflection of our authentic value if we're not aligned with that, and if we're still hanging on to things that keep us from being able to align with that. So things going out, things coming in. And that is sort of the story for today, you guys. That's pretty much what I have to say for the astrology today. We still have Venus and Mars in that conjunction together. They are moving together, inching closer to Pluto. Remember, we have another big 222 date coming up on March 2nd, 2022, the new moon in Pisces, where they will conjunct Pluto. This will be a major point in time. I already said we also have Jupiter moving closer to Neptune. This will also be really huge. And I forgot to say in my weekend report, but we're in really, really big, hardcore, like 1776 revolutionary vibes right now as well. The exact to the minute Pluto return for the United States natal chart actually happened on the 20th on Sunday, another 222 day. So, and you know, Rome also fell when Pluto was at that degree. And so there's just this general sense of revolution in the air right now, big time shifts, big time changes with all of these 5-2s that we have going on today in this 222 year, this 222 month, this new moon in Aquarius lunar cycle that is trying to bring us into authentic alignment. This to me again is saying we may have a day of some big shifts, some big changes, dynamic change generally going on in relationships, going out, but also coming in. Let me know, you guys, if you have experienced any type of random, like really crazy, like divine or soul connections going on, like just out of the blue or anything like that, because that is really indicated in the energy right now. So let's talk for just a minute, you guys. It's tarot time. Let's talk about the tarot cards for the day. I was shuffling, asking God, Spirit, Universe to give me some symbolism, give me some imagery to sort of describe the collective right now, where we're at, you know, collectively as we are going through this energy, as we are navigating this energy today. We got 2 cards came out. It's funny because I didn't even think about that just until this moment. that is like ironic as well, because usually, you know, we get more than 2 cards coming. We usually get at least 3 cards coming out, but there were only 2 cards that wanted to come out today, which I guess is very appropriate considering the energy that we have. But the 2 cards that came out, we got the 9 of Swords, you guys. And we also then got the Moon in reverse. And then on the back of the deck, we had the 5 of Swords. So what I feel like this is saying in this energy right now, we are probably gaining some clarity on some things. The Moon card, can be about what is hidden, what we don't see, what we're in sort of an illusion or a delusion or mystery about, something that we just don't have the full clarity, the full light, that we're sort of in the dark about in some type of a way. But with the Moon in reverse, this is telling me that we're getting the light, we're seeing the light, we're getting clarity about something, like something is being revealed to us. And it might be stressing us out and worrying us and keeping us up at night and just generally bringing some more negative feelings. And again, or negative thoughts, actually. I feel like this is sort of saying that we really, you know, whatever we're finding out right now, the impact that it's having on us, whatever we're realizing, whatever awakening that we're coming to, we really need to not let our thoughts get the better of us. The back of the deck, as I said, we had the 5 of Swords. This is more swords cards. And this guy's actually taking his swords back. And in the context of this, I feel like this is saying that we really need to regain the power over our own thoughts in order to navigate whatever we're dealing with in the best possible way at this point in time. There may be some things that we're finding out that are upsetting us emotionally as well, and that we're really uncomfortable with, and that, you know, are just really stressing us out and worrying us on a very mental level. But this card, to me, just because of how this came out, is saying that we really need to take back power and control over our thoughts at this point in time to help us as we to navigate this energy better and have a better outcome. You know, it might be difficult what we're finding out right now, but it needs to happen because things need to change and fall away. We've got just another couple seconds. Let's grab a synchronicity card, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends. And this card says, mind and spirit must agree. And thou shalt put them into one basket, Exodus 29:3. Put your heart and your subconscious mind together. What you think and pray and believe must all agree and synchronize. Your intellectual and subconscious minds, as well as your heart, must unite. You must have joy and enthusiasm for your projects. Then you will experience health, happiness, abundance, and security. You must feel in your heart and your subconscious what you know in your conscious mind to be true. Merely verbalizing without the feeling and knowing means nothing. So that is very true, very valid, major part of manifestation, which is the energy that we're in right now. And this can really help us navigate this energy today. And we need to keep it in mind and keep our thoughts under control. So that's what I have for my video today, you guys. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you were able to get something out of it that can give you some value or something as you go throughout the course of your day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, you guys. Share it with your friends. Leave me comments. I love your comments, and I will see you back here tomorrow for another day of astrology. Have a beautiful 2/2/2/2/2/2 Tuesday, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.